Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. I want to use the Hexagon Coaster Mold and I've painted it with the, I think it's called Aqua. It's a chameleon pigment from Resin and I like this color a lot. So it shifts a little bit to a light turquoise, from a light turquoise to a light bluish goldenish tone. So I have here my Mastercast Resin and I want to mix a blue tone. So I want to have it with a pearl effect. That's why I'm using quite a lot of pearl mica powder. You see it there. It's the interference pearl from Etter Art. So I'm giving quite a lot of the interference pearl in there. And I mix it very well. You see it also in a second. But there you see that I'm really using a lot of it because I really want to have this pearl shimmer to it and a little bit this puffy effect, which I adore so much. So this is now the pearl mica and you see I really need to stir it very well. I made my video a little bit faster, like 2.5 times, otherwise it's really taking too long showing you how I'm stirring my resin. I hope you don't mind. So it's a gorgeous color, I really love it and I need to order it again. Now I have here the midnight blue and I'm just giving a little hint of the midnight blue into my pearl color, so not more. So I get this really beautiful, I don't know how to call it. Anyway, a pearlish blue color. Look at this, it has also a little bit of a grayish blue effect because of the interference pearl color, but I really love it. And this is basically my color. I don't want to use any other color. And at that moment, I was not sure if those colors would match with each other, which I painted at the edge, or which I just mixed. Anyway, it's all done, so I needed to pour, and I was here searching for some glitter, which I can just drizzle a little bit into my mold, and I decided to use the Silver Galaxy from Etter Art. And I'm just taking a popsicle stick, but here I still need to clean a little bit my mold because of the powder I brushed into the mold and because me mixing. So you see I'm a little bit busy carefully cleaning my mold. It's always the same when you do something. But anyway, now I have to take a little bit of tape to get rid of all that's in that mold before I can start really drizzling my glitter. I'm really sorry, but these things are happening and I want you to see what I'm doing sometimes, that I also struggle and that not everything goes 100% to plan. You also see the chaos and the mess on my table, but I did a lot of Christmas pouring recently and I didn't always wanted to change the paper. It's a wallpaper on my table. It will be changed very soon. Anyway, but now I'm just drizzling those Silver Galaxy Chameleon Flakes and I'm hoping that I get a nice effect on the other side. I love this drizzling of the glitter because you have these little sparkles in your whole coasters and that's why I adore it so much. So now I just make a base layer with my Mastercast Resin. I pour it roughly that, almost the second row of the Cascade mold is covered. So, well, that's a plan. And I really need to divide my resin and try to be very careful. I had my resin also a little bit heat at the heating because it's quite cold over here. And if you don't do it, then you really have struggles with the one-to-one resin. Cold days, it's not the best for resin. Too warm days, also not. So round about 25 degrees. I find for me it's the best temperature for resin, yeah, in the summer. But of course people might think differently. I guess everyone has their preferences, but for me like 25 degrees is the best. And at the moment it's just very cold. We have 2 degrees I think outside, so not too good. So now I'm just doing something very simple. I just pour my mixed colors in the center of the mold, and that's basically it. I'm not doing much more. I'm just pouring my color, and then I'm hoping that it makes these wonderful big chunky crackle effects. And I don't even mind if there's some negative space of the clear, if it's not traveling all the way, because I find when I use the Mastercast, the thick resin, that it floats a little bit slower, but at that moment I run out of my ultracast resin. So that's why I use the Mastercast resin, just in case you wonder that I'm using the thicker resin for this one. I still had a little bit resin left in my cup, so I'm just pouring it into the center, but very carefully because I don't want the center to be clear. And that's basically it. This is my pour basically done. And then I'm just using the torch, getting rid of the bubbles which are just trapped on the surface so that it's not disturbing my resin from moving. And then, of course, I'm hoping for some beautiful effects. Just taking a little bit more of my resin here because I don't want to waste what's still in my jar. I mix it really very well, so some people are not scraping their cups. Sometimes I do, sometimes I'm not. At that point, or with this pour, I knew I was really mixing my clear resin very, very well. So a final torch, and then we can see each other for the demolding, and you will see it made some nice effects. It didn't travel all the way, but you can see that things were happening. I don't have the time lapse because recently my phone is always very full, so please have some mercy, but there are gonna come some time lapse again in the future. So anyway, I'm so curious about the color combination and also about the effects, so let's have a look. And look at that. It's a very delicate coaster, and I have the negative space at the sides, but I think it looks very classy, very nice for Christmas, for the New Year. I think the color combination matches. I was doubting a little bit, but I love it. And I can tell you from these pearl effects, I'm really inspired by those programs like Downton Abbey, like Bridget, and where they have all these pearl colored dresses, and I love it. I love I love these effects, and I love these chunky crackles. They really look awesome and very, very beautiful, I think. Yeah, there was a little bit of resin, and I'm quite happy with the pour. And now I'm gonna show you my final result. And yeah, I thank you for watching, and after this one is coming another video. So thank you again for watching. Take care, guys. Bye bye.